pledges support for petroleum sector. President Tinubu tasks IMF, World Bank, others on climate action funding. Plus, petrol pump price may rise as Dangote suspends a product sale in Naira. Very good to have you join us on the World News tonight. My name is Ibigoni Kalio. Welcome. Do you love and care about Rivers State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Rivers State Deputy Governor Professor Ngozi Mma-Odu has expressed the need for the three tiers of government and the private sector to pool the efforts together to faster track holistic development in all communities. Professor Odu stated this during.
Professor Odu expressed the hope that the community would protect the projects jealously because that is the only way to say thank you. She expressed gratitude to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for allowing the Petroleum Industry Act to swing into full action with Obage Host Community Development Trust as a worthy flag bearer. The Deputy Governor also appreciated the National Assembly for passing the policy into law, noting that in the past, funds sent to communities were not utilized as they are now, and commended Chief Dicky Hobson, Board Chairman of Obage Host Community Development Trust, for being focused and determined to succeed.
We cannot thank our president enough because it will be on record that during his tenure as Mr. President of this country, the PIA swung into full action and the Obage HCDT is a flag bearer. I think it's something worthy of commendation. I want to say that it's a demonstration of synergy. It's synergy between the federal and the state and the community and to grow bigger and bigger.
In his remarks, the Chairman Senate Committee on Host Communities, Senator Benson Agadaga, attributed the relative peace being enjoyed by host communities to the achievement of the Petroleum Industry Act and urged host communities that have not set up their HCDT to do so without further delay. Obian Dumadume, Rstv News.
Now, Chairman Senate Committee on Host Communities, Senator Benson Agadaga, has pledged that the National Assembly's resolve to support the Petroleum Industry Act PIA to improve oil and gas bearing communities. The Senator made the commitment at a dinner organized by the Obage Host Communities Development Trust. The dignitaries shortly after commissioning landmark projects in OML 58. Nduaje was at the Royal Banquet Hall, Hotel Presidential, Port Harcourt, venue of the event.
After a hectic day at OML 58 with the rains, which lasted the whole day, comes a night of honor, goodwill, and glowing tributes. Dignitaries were treated to a cocktail and some soft musical tunes. Speaking at the event, Senator Agadaga, who commended the Obage Host Communities Development Trust, said the benefits from the Petroleum Industry Act PIA cannot be overemphasized, as it has helped a long way in changing the old narrative whereby communities now decide what to use their monies for through accurate needs assessment process. He disclosed that the National Assembly is tinkering on how best the Act can benefit the people, urging the upstream and downstream regulatory agencies to harness the energy sector for the benefit of host communities.
If what is happening now has been implemented over the years, I know that would have curtailed all the hostilities, all the problems in the oil industry.
In his remarks, Managing Director, Total Energies EP Nigeria Limited, Matthew Boyer, thanked the BOT chairman for redefining community leadership through prudence, resources management, and ensuring quality and timely service delivery.
And again, I want to commend the leadership of the chairman for spending wisely the money of Total Energies and NNPC in those projects that are really benefiting the population and the communities.
Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Benga Komolafi, represented by Chidimma Nwabweze, expressed satisfaction on the activities of Obagi Host Communities Development Trust, disclosing that HCDTs is the best thing that has happened to the PIA. Mr. Komolafi informed that of the 151 HCDTs, Obagi is leading and urged it to maintain the tempo.
To tell you that we have 151 HCDTs incorporated to date, and Obagi is leading these 151 HCDTs.
Earlier in his opening remarks, Chairman, Board of Trustees, Obagi Host Communities Development Trust, Chief DK Hopesin DK, thanked his guests for the honor of attending the event, describing the settler as a partner with a deep sense of commitment to delivering value-added projects and programs.
If you have this settler as your settler, you can go and sleep. They don't control you. They only allow you so that you must work with the standards. You must work according to the rules. They are very diligent. It does not affect your relationship with them. But the next time I will pray again, you have an IOC like Total.
There was tribute by Executive Director, Total Energies EP Nigeria Limited, OBE member, while technical explanation on efforts by Total Energies to reduce gas flaring and turning it to wealth was provided by Charles Eberion. Ndung Ajie, Rstv News.
Now, Nigeria could be better if conscientious individuals, parents and students shun payment for unmerited marks, or lecturers award of fair grades, civil servants promote transparency, politicians serve diligently, judges avoid financial inducements, contractors deliver quality projects, and appointments are done on merit. Professor of Sociology, Theory, and the 70th inaugural lecturer of the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Rumo Lumini, Jacob Akikibofori, gave the recipe while delivering a lecture titled The Conscientious Individual and the Debased Social System, Unmasking Public Administration, Weapons of Mass Destruction in Nigeria. Godspar Anele was there and tells us more.
Professor Akikibofori examined how corrupt practices are perpetrated by the misuse of the red pen in universities to a systemic impunity in public offices, which have not only eroded public trust but also undermined the ethical and functional foundations of the nation's institutions, while any wrong done to students in schools are also replicated in the larger society. The university then disclosed that there is need for a holistic reform agenda anchored on integrity, transparency, and meritocracy to uproot academic malpractices.
The lost accountants happen to be used wrongly. So we have lawyers, either they finish and don't want to practice. And those who practice will come and stay like this and be reading what you're telling the judge. Today, as teachers, we read documentary. I was not taught like that. So let's try as much as possible to take authority in whatever thing we are doing.
Professor Akikibofori recommended that examination systems should adopt digitized, double-blind grading, among others, to discourage lecturers' bias and curb red pen victimization, adding that the right thing should be done to get it better. He frowned against the excesses of the respected lecturers who compromise during elections, just as judges abhor justice, and the recycling of political leadership with impunity, while advocating for a strong and unbiased legal system to fix every fabric of the country.
Try as much as possible to resist corruption, especially in the university system. Why will I collect money from a student and pass the student? As we collect money from them, they will become teachers tomorrow. They will also collect money. So this thing is trickling down, so we can't get it.
Acting Vice Chancellor of the Ignatius Ajuro University of Education, Rubolimene, Professor Okechukwu Onuchukwu, represented by the former Acting Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Joseph Kinani, appreciated the inaugural lecturer for the in-depth research and appealed for the adoption of his recommendations by relevant authorities and individuals.
His lecture has really emphasized the need for us to practice proper values, and when proper values are imbibed, it will not only translate into good parenting, but also good public officers that we have at all levels.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
Now, staff members of Ogoni Extraction, working with River State Television under the aegis of PYA Uwuga Third-Term Rstv, have congratulated the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Communication, Dr. Ona Sirawu, on his well-deserved appointment. They made the remarks when they paid a courtesy visit on the Permanent Secretary in his office in Port Harcourt. Nnamdi Olimini was there.
The group led by the Director of Procurement at Rstv, Neki Kini, said the essence of the visit is to honor and identify with one of their own that has made Ogoniland proud. He commended the Permanent Secretary for his hard work and dedication to duties which has made him attain the pinnacle of his civil service career. According to him, God will continue to grant him the strength and courage to serve God and humanity to the best of his abilities. Mr. Kine further pledged the unalloyed support of the group to the Permanent Secretary to enable him succeed, while appealing for support for members of the group, especially in the area of employment.
Third-Term Rstv, Port Harcourt, has come in the spirit of love, respect, honor, and identify with your success stories through dedication and hard work, which has led you to this present height in civil service career. Sir, we are not in doubt that your present position as PS, Minister of Information and Communication, is a spring to the high peak of your services to God and humanity.
Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information and Communication, Dr. Ono Sirawo, represented by Director of Publication, Dr. Chris David, thanked the group for finding time to visit and identify with him, and assured that he will work with them to achieve set goals.
But for this number of responsible, elegant people to come gather here today, just to honor, that is double honor. That is a great thing. We thank you for this great opportunity. What you have done, you have not only honored honor, you have honored all of us. You have given us the window to hope that tomorrow, if you behave well, you will write your name in the sands of times, and then people will celebrate you behind you, not eye service before you.
Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Now, Rotary Club of Port Harcourt has donated free school bags, textbooks, notebooks, mathematics sets, and marker boards to 60 pupils of Community Primary School, Rume Egwara, in Obiakpo local government area. President of the club, Rotarian Echezuna Ongalo, said the gesture was part of giving back to society. Godspar Anele tells us more.
In what could be described as a mega presentation of school materials to the pupils, Rotarian Ongalo disclosed that Rotarians are a group of professionals and businessmen determined to provide humanitarian services to individuals and communities using their time, skills, energies, resources, and the assistance of their partners. He said that the gesture was in line with the Rotary areas of focus that is on basic education and literacy, adding that after their visit to the school for assessment, discovered that the school needs a lot, but decided to start with the pupils with academic materials. According to him, the gesture will encourage them improve in their studies while urging them to protect and utilize the materials well.
I'm here on behalf of the club, Rotary Club Port Harcourt, to give you the little we have for now. We've listened to what you said. We'll still go and talk to people and beg them that we'll still have challenges. Is there any other one who can help us to do? So, by God's grace and with your prayers, and we'll have more sponsors who can come back and do another project here. Less privileged, people that cannot afford basic things. So we decided to, basic education is one of the area of focus of Rotary. Basic education and literacy. And this month, we are observing basic education and literacy to make sure that people go to school, to make sure that people have a conducive environment, to make sure that they have...
By Pastor Mrs. Rhoda Adewi.
So amen. We help every one of us in Jesus' mighty name.
Justice Iho, Rstv News.
Now, Old Boys of County Grammar School, Ikwereche, River State, is set to hold its second quarterly congress in Port Harcourt, River State. A statement signed by the national president of the association, Venerable Bekwele Wabara, retired, stated that the quarterly congress, which holds on Sunday, September 28, 2025 at Fumida Event Center in Port Harcourt, would have a round-table discussion on educational development in River State and Nigeria. A statement which was also jointly signed by the National Congress Organizing Committee, Dr. Edwin Ugirika and Professor Ukuda Ikine, chairman of the 1978 set, hosts of the Congress, urged old boys of the institution to turn out en masse for the Congress, which commences by 1 o'clock on Sunday. The quarterly Congress would afford the old boys the opportunity to appraise the various measures highlighted during the successful National Convention of President Bola Tinubu has called on End African Development Bank to scale up financing for climate action. Tinubu, represented by the Vice President Shetima, declared that the Golden Eaglets will reclaim their sub-regional crown at the 2025 WAFU B Under-17 AFCON qualifying tournament in Côte d'Ivoire. Dominion Allow tells us more.
One of Nigeria's weaknesses at the Under-20 AFCON in Egypt was a blunt attack, but Zubair expressed satisfaction with his forwards after 4 goals across the friendlies. However, the Flying Eagles suffered a setback after defender Marvelous Freedom sustained a knee injury in training. Freedom, who missed the second friendly against Australia, has been replaced in the squad by Wiki Tourist defender Haruna Aliyu, who is expected to arrive at the team's camp in Talca City, Chile. Inter Miami midfielder Sergio Busquets has confirmed he will retire at the end of the 2025 Major League Soccer (MLS) season. Busquets revealed this in a video posted on Instagram. In the clip, he reflected on a career that has spanned almost 20 years and saw him also play for Spain and Barcelona. Busquets has won multiple La Liga titles, Copa del Rey triumphs, Champions League trophies, the 2008 European Championship, 2010 World Cup and 2012 European Championship during his career. Busquets joined Inter Miami in 2023 to play alongside Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba. Chichester City FC and former Arsenal Academy striker Billy Vigor has died following a significant brain injury. The 21-year-old, born in Worthing, was injured during a game at Wingate and Finchley in the East Mian League Premier Division on Saturday. It is believed he collided with a concrete wall, though the club has not confirmed this. He passed away on Thursday morning while recovering from Tuesday's surgery. A graduate of the Arsenal Academy, Vigor left the club in 2024 and also played for Derby County, Hastings United, and Eastbourne Borough. Royal Duco, Rstv Sports News.
Do you love and care about Rivers State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. Communities, Senator Benson Agadaga has pledged the National Assembly's resolve to support the Petroleum Industry Act to improve oil and gas bearing communities. President Bola Tinubu has called on us by Dangote Refinery. The decision has sparked concerns over the dollarization of fuel sales, escalating prices at the pump to almost 1,000 naira per liter. That's how we saw the world under the lenses of Double Two. Thank you for your time as well as your company. Let's do this again, same time, same station, here.